Good evening, everyone. My name is Gabriel, and welcome to the Tuesday evening meditation session. So, for you who are here for the first time, we do Sahaj Yoga here at We Meditate. And Sahaj Yoga is a simple, straightforward, and spontaneous manner to achieve one's self-realization and harmony within their being. Now, Sahaj Yoga was brought to us by Shamash Nirmal Devi here in the picture, and she's taught us these techniques, these skills, and these methods for us to share with everybody for free of cost. Now, Sahaj Yoga uses a method or a system based upon the chakras and the channels. Now, these chakras are 7 in number, of the main chakras, and they go from the bottom of the spine to the top of the head. These chakras can also be called as subplexes that nourish specific subtle as well as gross centers within our bodies, such as the heart, the throat, the brain, or the spleen. In addition to that, we have 3 channels, 3 nadis. And these channels cater to our past, our present, and to our future actions. And it is through Sahaj Yoga meditation that we can work on the subtle system. We can discern, identify any blockages or obstructions on that system, and in that manner clear them away through achieving self-realization. Now, the power that nourishes us within and without is the power of the maternal and the internal energy of the Kundalini that's located at the base of the spine. With this method of meditation, as we bring or allow the Kundalini energy to rise and flourish within our being, it identifies and inspects each chakra on its ascent to the top of the head, and in doing so tries to bring a balance and equilibrium, a harmony between these different contingent units within our being, so that she can rise up, bring everything into unison and into harmony, so that we can achieve yoga at the top of the head, yoga at the 7th chakra. Yoga meaning union, and union both within and without. It's a complete sense of tranquility that really brings your awareness into a different abode. That's just a small, little, brief description of Sahaj Yoga. But for today's meditation, we'll have 2 sets as usual. We'll have an introduction meditation, then followed by a focused meditation on the specific theme of today. The specific theme of today is spirit, soul, and introspection. Now, if you were with Kes last week, he talked about the 6 enemies of the soul. And the 6 enemies of the soul are these sticky things that try to bring our awareness down to more baser, more primal, more elemental needs. Now, it's good to make this distinction between the spirit and the soul. And it is through the power of introspection, or specifically dhyana, that we can experience the jnana, or the experiential aspect of knowledge, also translated as wisdom from the Sanskrit language. Now, as you know by now, if you've been with us for quite some time, we always start with the heart, and the focus is on attaining that self-realization, that being an awareness of who you and I are within. And the locus of that awareness is, first of all, based in the center of our heart, on the left heart to be more specific. That's why we often, when we do the initial meditation, you'll notice we work on the left side like so, catering to these centers in the body. Now, the spirit is an intangible element. It is both eternal and it is both non-temporal. That means it's beyond the affects and effects of time, wear, and tear, whereas the soul is that which is transient, temporal, and changing. So seeing this dichotomy of the two is helpful in delineating a conceptual awareness of the spirit and the soul. And as you know from last week, the soul can be affected by very many different things in our surroundings. It both grabs and above holds within itself items and aspects. It is a agglomeration or a conglomeration of various stimuli that we keep within ourselves. And this is accumulated through our right side, of course, then into our left. And there's a constant swing in between these two channels as they work. It's our responsibility through meditation and through any preparatory cleansing we do before meditation that we try to clean the mirror of our soul so that it can truthfully reflect the brilliance of our spirit. Because the spirit is ever shining within us, and it's our responsibility to translate that light, translate that numinous experience into our day-to-day life. And that can only be achieved with a thorough, penetrating, and perseverant introspection. So today can be a small introduction to introspection. And introspection is something we can do on both a conscious level. So we can, of course, we do this on a daily basis. We think, and we try to kind of sort things out. But introspection is slightly different from the constant churning of thoughts we have. It is more akin to contemplation, but in a more detached state. So introspection is not thinking, but reflecting within during meditation. And that happens after we've established that sense of spirit and that sense of self within us. And as we've established that peace and we've done any preparatory cleansing for our meditation, then we're able to keep our attention in a more alert, balanced, receptive, and perceptive state. If you go into We Meditate the Co, you can learn of these different cleansing techniques we use, and they all use different elements. So we have, of course, a foot soak, which uses the element of the water mixed with slight elements of the earth, that being represented in the salt. We also have using candles and flames as clearing techniques for our body, as well as meditating on the ground itself and using the anchorage, the gravity, and the weights of the earth in order to cleanse anything in our subtle system. That is a preparatory thing we usually do before we go into a more substantial meditation. And this is called vinyasa, or the setting of the self in Sanskrit. So, after we've cleansed ourselves with these various tools we have in Sahaja Yoga meditation, then we can really bring that attention into a more balanced state of awareness within. And after our initial meditation today, we'll just go into a short way how we can really let that attention rest in that ocean of awareness and bliss that is within. And most importantly, it's about being patient with yourself, being compassionate with yourself, as well as allowing that silence to permeate and pervade your surroundings and within yourself. If you want to read more about introspection and meditation, there's a variety of resources available on wemeditate.com, and you can check that later on. For now, we'll go into the initial meditation, and afterwards, the second part of the introspection meditation. After we finish with the meditation, I'm more than happy to accept any questions on today's topic or any questions you have about Sahaja Yoga in general. So sit down comfortably wherever you are, whether on the floor, on a stool, on a chair, on your bed, but hopefully not lying down and sleeping, so that you feel mostly comfortable and not too stressed, because hopefully you've finished your day of work and now it's time to really settle down within yourself. So let's get started. Just check that you're not sitting too straight, as meditation in Sahaja Yoga is not being either too straight nor too slouched. It's always about finding that balance in between and not going into one extreme or another. But this maxim is also useful in other day-to-day activities that we have. So, for the initial meditation, if you've done it before with us, this should be all old and same for you. But you who are here for the first time, we'll be keeping our left hand open in our lap like so, and we'll be using the right hand and placing it on different parts of the body. By placing our hand on different parts of the body, this corresponds to the subplexuses or the chakras within. And by really drawing our attention inside and using our desire, we're able to actuate and help the Kundalini energy, the maternal and internal energy, to flow within specific centers and help to illumine and awaken them. So we'll be starting by putting the hand on the heart like so, moving down towards the tummy or the stomach. You can also say abdomen. Then we'll be moving down to the waist on the left side. Gradually we'll move back up through these similar positions, then to the left side of the throat like so, where our neck and our shoulders meet, then to the front of the head, and then to the top of the head. So, for the duration of the initial meditation, you can keep your eyes closed and then hopefully remember the placement of the hands on the body. So you can sit comfortably, keep your left hand open in your lap, and draw your right hand to the left side of your chest. An easy way to settle your attention is to focus on drawing in the breath through the nose and either exhaling through the mouth or the nose again. So we can just have a moment and settle that attention within ourselves. The aim of Sahaj Yoga is to know thyself better. And the self is the spirit. And the seat of the spirit resides within our breast, within the chest. And it's here that we first draw our attention to. Here we ask a set of questions, and after the set of questions, we follow with affirmations. So while keeping our hand on the chest, we can ask within a question that is at the foreground of various philosophies, beliefs, through the epochs and ages of humankind. And each and every one of us has to substantiate and find their own answer to this question. It's simple and straightforward. So we can ask within silently, who am I? Who am I? Moving our hand down to the left side of the stomach, we can ask the following question. Am I my own master? Am I my own teacher? We can move a right hand then to the waist, and over here we address the energy of the Kundalini to aid us in our ascent, to aid us in our understanding and extension of our awareness. Here we can ask with full sincerity, Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge. Mother Kundalini, please give me the pure knowledge of myself. Moving the hand back to the stomach, we continue with our affirmations. And here we affirm, I am my own master. I am my own master. Moving the hand back to the level of the chest. We affirm and recognize that spirit within. And here we say, I am the spirit. I am the pure spirit. Moving the hand to the nape of our neck where the shoulder and the throat meet, we can stretch our head and tilt it slightly to the right, allowing more space and any tension to really relax in this area. And as the saying goes, responsibility rests on our shoulders. And it's in this center, especially if we pick up too much, hold on to it, it becomes a burden that we bear, and in due time may wear and tear us down. So it's important to allow us to drop these weights of the past that we might bring with us into the present. These might be mistakes, wrongs we might have done to ourselves or others. So here we affirm, in order to clear the center fully, I am not guilty. I am not guilty at all. I am not guilty. I am not guilty at all. Moving the hand to the forehead, we can slightly tilt our head forwards into the palm of our hand. And here at the center of our thoughts, here at the sixth center of the body, also known as the Untitled Chakra, we can get entangled, entrenched with our thoughts in a swirling, turning, tumultuous space. Here it's important to be able to step back from this flow of thoughts and find that space of peace between the rise and the fall, between each thought, in that space of silence, and extend it as much as we can. And before our attention is pulled off into another thought, to another place, to another time, we have to be alert and bring it back. We have to be alert to have our attention focused on the self, on that essence of awareness. So here we can affirm, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. It's human to err, but if we've done injustice or have injustice done to us, these can pull on our attention and leave a mark on our thoughts. So by and by, as we forgive, we can break the shackles that we've built for ourselves and allow the Kundalini to pass through this center. So we can repeat once again, I forgive myself and I forgive everyone. And without paying attention to a specific event or a particular person, I forgive everyone and I forgive myself. We can move the hand to the top of the head and rotate the scalp with just a bit of force. So we can, in a way, root the attention above the thoughts in a space beyond the usual machinations of the mind. Here we can draw that attention, fix it, and instill it. And here we can affirm, Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization and please deepen my meditation. Mother Kundalini, please give me my self-realization. Please deepen my meditation. We can bring the right hand back down to our lap, and for a few minutes, allow that attention to dwell within. If you feel that your thoughts are still tugging your attention away from the solace of your spirit, you can focus on the breath once again, on the inhale and the exhale. Or, alternatively, you can also affirm for forgiveness for yourself and for your others. For the second part of a meditation, we can keep our eyes closed and keep that attention inside. There's a few centers we can work on to improve our introspection, and we'll go in order with 3 chakras. So first, by using your left hand, you can place it on the right side of your waist. Here is where our attention resides, and here is where it abides and moves around, both within and without. This center is known as the Swadhisthana, Swa meaning the self, Nadhisthana meaning the plinth or the foundation of the self. It's the base of the Pingala Nadi of the right side that terminates on the left hemisphere as the ego. It controls our movement in our outside environment. And by bringing this center into control, we both master our attention and purify it so that it only highlights that which is beneficial for our spiritual growth. By keeping our left hand, on the right side of the waist, we can affirm, Mother Kundalini, please purify my attention. Mother Kundalini, please purify my attention. Let my attention not linger on that which is detrimental for my growth, but let my thoughts rise higher, ever higher. Let me only witness the illumination of the Spirit in my attention. We can move the left hand back to our lap, and we can move the right hand once again on the heart, slightly left of our chest. It's at the level of the heart where we can start to develop a detached state, or what we call sakshi in Sanskrit. It means to be a detached witness or a observer. And the further we develop our recognition of the Spirit, the better we're able to see the outside world without latching on to each and every aspect or event that tries to perturb our inner peace and silence. So here we can ask Mother Kundalini, please help me become a detached witness. Mother Kundalini, please help me to simply observe my surroundings, to be a sakshi and witness myself. Lastly, we can move the hand to the center of the throat. And here, when we establish that detached witness state, we can both observe and enjoy the play on the material plane in our surroundings and in our immediate environment. To enjoy the play that happens day to day is to be part and parcel of observing the Leela, the theatre of this world, without being caught up in its web of illusions. So here we can affirm, Mother Kundalini, please let me enjoy the Leela. Please let me see the humor, the full story that happens around us. Let me not linger on a limited view of things, but let me see the totality that truthfully reflects the inner and outer reality. We can bring our right hand to the base of our spine in front of our body, and by moving our right hand vertically across the center of our body, we can bring that attention and bring our Kundalini up towards the top of the head and instill it there in the space above our thoughts. We can repeat this move a few more times, not rushing it, but with full attention, with full alertness and intention of purpose. Realize that connection with our soul and our spirit. And once more. As we bring our right hand back down to our lap, we can sit in silent meditation for a couple of minutes and try to extend that pinch of peace and make it part and parcel of our being. finish our meditation, we can bring our left hand like so in front of our body, and with our right hand we can move it around and tie one knot above the head, which is to tie our attention above our thoughts. Repeat this twice, tying 2 knots, and thrice. These correspond to tying the 3 channels in unison and harmony. This is followed by keeping our left hand open on our lap and drawing our right hand across our body in a semicircular arc 7 times, and so giving a bandhan, which means a binding or protection, to each of our chakras, so that it keeps all of the goodness of the meditation inside. So thank you for joining us this evening. And if you have any further questions related to Sahaja Yoga or the topic of tonight, that being the spirit and the soul and introspection, you can feel free to unmute yourself or also see your picture or video. It'll be lovely to not see only grey banners, but to see that there are actual human beings I am talking to, not just myself. And please feel free to pose any questions or address any doubts that you may have. Hi there. No question is too silly, nor is no question too hard to answer. Well, there's always some questions that can be really difficult to answer, but we'll try to see how it goes. But hopefully you've been joining us for a few weeks now, and if you have any questions concerning day-to-day meditation, you can of course ask away. And it will be also great to know how you've been following with your own meditation schedules. Thank you for joining, Astrid, and thank you for the kind comments, Thompson Brown. If there are no further questions, I can stick around here for a few minutes, and those who feel the urge to move on, I will be seeing then hopefully you on Thursday, or then next week Tuesday, once again for our meditation sessions. And if there's no questions we can answer directly this evening, you can always check our website for more information about Sahaja Yoga meditation. Thank you. Take care for now. Much appreciated. If there's no forthcoming questions for the evening, we'll leave it over here for now. I'll stop also the live stream, so if you have any question to ask without this being going live on Facebook, I'll be here for just a few more minutes.